Welcome back everybody, and welcome to part 2 of my recent pickups. In this video I'm going to show you guys some Arrow Video titles. I'm going to show you kind of a pile of random stuff that I picked up either at Best Buy, Target, or eBay. I got a couple of season box sets that I'm going to show you guys. I got some Disney stuff, a couple steel books, and I got some VHS titles I'm going to show you guys. So we will jump into the first pile. Here are a couple of titles that I picked up again from my buddy Chris, who was Cannibal Reviews. I told you guys in the first video that he was selling a lot of his stuff so he can travel the country. So I did pick up some stuff from him, and the first one I got is Mondo Macabro, Satanica Pandemonium. And I love that Mondo has these red cases. I don't have a lot from Mondo just yet. But I'm glad to pick some of these up from Chris, and these are highly collectible, and I think they're pretty limited. This particular movie was released in 2005 by Mondo Macabro, and it does have some special features. It has a anamorphic widescreen transfer, has an interview with the writer and co-director, a featurette on nunsploitation movies, extensive background notes, image gallery, optional subtitles, and Mondo Macabro previews. This is a movie that originally came out in 1973, and it's in brand new like condition. So I was glad to pick these up from Chris. That is Satanico Pandemonium. The next one here is also Mondo Macabro, and this one's called Panic Beats. It's a Paul Naschy film. I really like that cover. Not yet sure if this has a Blu-ray release or not. I haven't looked into it at all. This is the unrated edition. The film came out in 1982. It's Spanish. I believe this is a Spanish language film with English subtitles. It is. It says right there. And it does have some special features. A new transfer has interview with Paul Naschy, documentary on Spanish horror cinema, optional subtitles, large still and poster gallery, and previews. There you can see the inside there. And I really appreciate it when people ship DVDs that are used and they put a little extra piece of padding in there so the disc doesn't flop around during transport while it's being transported by the mailman or whatever. This one is also from Chris. This is an out of print Anchor Bay title, Fade to Black and Hell Night. It's a double feature. I used to love it when Anchor Bay put out these double features. And this one came out in, I think both of these movies were released in 1981. Hell Night is color, 102 minutes rated R, and Fade to Black is color, 102 minutes rated R. And they're both presented in widescreen, and it's a flipper disc. Comes with the little insert here, which is always collectible when you get these out of print titles. You like to have as much of the original stuff as you can, and it's just really good condition. Another piece here I picked up from Chris is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre DVD hardbox from Germany. It's a 2-disc collector's edition, and it comes in this hardbox that has a unique texture. It's supposed to kind of resemble a skin mask that Leatherface wears. I'm not sure if the camera's going to be able to pick it up, but it looks like it's kind of a dry leather. Has kind of a weird feeling to it. These are very rare and hard to find. I was aware of this edition. I never picked it up, but I know it was going for some crazy money. But Chris was nice enough to give it to me for a very good price, a very fair price. He could have gotten a lot more for it if he chose to put it on eBay or any of the selling groups on Facebook. There you can see the inside discs. These are both on DVD, but it's not so much for the films itself as it is the collectible box, so I just had to get this. And that is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre German hardbox. They were limited, but I'm not sure what it was limited to. Then Chris threw me in a couple freebies. He threw me in the Army of Darkness DVD. I do have this edition, but I have the one that came with the gold colored case. I have so many different editions of Army of Darkness. I'm glad to have this one. This one was limited. It was supposed to have a limited number here in the box, but I think it was 10,000. I'm not sure why some of them were blank. Maybe they re-released it at some point after the limited numbered editions were done. I'm not sure. But that's a fun movie, and I've been watching the Ash vs. Army of Darkness series. Very fun little series. And here's another one that Chris threw in for me for free when I bought a bunch of stuff from him. This is a Best Buy exclusive Blu-ray with a slipcover called Some Kind of Hate. And I'm not familiar with the movie, but it seems like it's some kind of a rape revenge film. So I look forward to checking this out. It's put out by RLJ Entertainment. It's Region A. And if anybody knows about this film or has seen it, comment below without giving any spoilers away, please. And the movie came out in 2015, so it's a fairly new release. I have not seen it yet. Looking forward to checking that one out. And then here's another one that I purchased from Chris. This is a VCR VHS tape. It's a video cassette, color cassette, and it does come with a DVD. And this is limited to 200. Oh, sorry, it's not 200 because I have number 211. I'm not sure what it was limited to, but I have number 211. He's got this sealed up here, but I'm going to open it up and show you guys what's inside. This is Nightmare City, by the way. This is the German edition. And I like these little special edition type things. These are very collectible. It comes in kind of a clamshell case, and then there you can see it's a... Hold on a second. It's hard to do this with one hand. Okay, it looks like it's a fake VHS. It's supposed to look like a VHS. Comes with some little art cards in here, which I'm not going to go through. It's hard to do that with one hand. And plus, I have so much stuff to show you guys, I don't want to really waste time on the little things. And sorry about this delay, guys. I'm going to do that off camera because I don't want to wreck it. But this is a nice little clamshell type case, and then there's the Nightmare City DVD. Kind of a unique little edition here. I like this. Here's the spine. It's all in German. I have probably about 4 or 5 different editions of Nightmare City now, maybe even a couple more than that. Okay, we're going to get into some of the seasons and box sets that I have. This is one that I picked up on Zabby in the UK, and this is the complete Goosebumps collection on DVD. It comes with this nice slipcover, and then on the inside it has that kind of that fat pack, and on the swing trays you can see all the discs in there. And this is the complete series, and it says it's Region 2, and it has every episode of the entire series that spanned from 1995 to 1998, and it contains all 68 episodes from the show. And there's a lot of these that I haven't seen because this was a little bit after my time. I was already pretty much I was out of high school at the time this came on, and this was more kind of geared towards the younger kids, I think. But I do enjoy watching a lot of these anthology type horror films, horror shows, even if it is kind of geared towards kids. And this is from kochmedia.com. And they were having a Black Friday, kind of a Christmas sale at Zabby, and I got this for a really good price. So I was glad to pick up the whole entire series of Goosebumps. And then I was at Kmart a couple weeks ago, looking over some of their stuff, and they used to have a really wide selection of DVDs and Blu-rays, and over the last couple of years it's been dwindling down to almost nothing. But I did pick this one up, and this is a TV show. It's kind of like a sci-fi TV show from the 60s called The Time Tunnel, and this is volume 1. And they come in little like those little slim packs on the inside. There's it's a 4-disc set, and they come in those little thin DVD cases. And this is from the same creator that did Lost in Space, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, The Poseidon Adventure, and The Towering Inferno. That was Irwin Allen. And this particular box set has the first 15 episodes of the series. It has an unaired extended version of the pilot episode. It has behind the scenes with Irwin Allen, home movies, visual effects camera test, 4 still galleries, comic book art, merchandise, promotional TV, radio spots. And this is a show that came out in 1966, and this is 765 running minutes for this one. And this is the one I picked up at Kmart, and I couldn't find volume 2 there, so I came home and I looked on eBay for it, and I found it brand new and sealed, and it was very cheap. I think maybe $10. I got volume 2 here, and it comes in 2 of the slim packs on the inside. And it's another 4-disc series, and this only lasted for 2 seasons. And it has the first 15 episodes of the series, so there's 30 episodes total for the whole show. It has interviews with Whit Bissell, Robert Colbert, James Darren, and Lee Merriweather. Still photo gallery, 2002 unaired TV pilot, and Time Travelers TV movie. And this came out in 1966 and 67. And this one is 768 minutes in full frame. So I was glad to pick up a couple of these cheapies to add to the TV series collection that I have. And then I've been slowly trying to pick up some of these Hanna-Barbera cartoons that I grew up with as a kid. These are kind of like the Saturday morning cartoons. And this one has The Adventures of Robin Hoodnick, Oliver and the Artful Dodger, The Last of the Curlews, The Three Musketeers, Cyrano, and these are the 5 classic TV specials that come on this particular DVD that was put out by Hanna-Barbera and Warner Brothers. And I really enjoyed a lot of these as a kid growing up, and it's kind of nostalgic to go back and revisit some of these cartoon shorts. And another Hanna-Barbera classic collection I picked up is Clue Club, and this was kind of a Scooby-Doo ripoff, but it was just as good. Not as good as Scooby-Doo, but it was fun. It was a fun watch. And I'm trying to see when this cartoon was out. I think it was in the 60s this one came out. But they had a lot of these in syndication and Saturday morning cartoons. And then when Boomerang first came on the air, they showed a lot of these again. And some of these old 60s cartoons are classics. And I don't think they'll ever be matched. Cartoons today are kind of weak. But some more animated stuff. These are upgrades because I did have these on DVD. But this is the Enchanted Edition Blu-ray DVD combo of The Last Unicorn. And I think I got this on Amazon for about $6 brand new. And I do still have the DVD, which I'll keep. I love these old Rankin Bass films, the animated shows that they put out. Here's another one I have on DVD that's an upgrade, and this is the Dark Crystal. And these were all very, very cheap. Looks like it has a few special features on here. Has some commentaries and has a World of the Dark Crystal documentary. That sounds interesting. Reflections of the Dark Crystal, Light on the Path of Creation, and the Shard of Illusion. Has some deleted scenes in there. And this is all region ABC. And I always did enjoy the Jim Henson's Muppets and the stop motion stuff like that. Those are really good. And then one that I've been meaning to pick up, I have this on DVD, and this is Lord of the Rings, and they really need to put The Hobbit and the Two Towers on Blu-ray. This is a remastered deluxe edition on Blu-ray of Lord of the Rings. These deserve so much better. They should put these out in a box set. The Rankin Bass and Ralph Bakshi films are really, really good. And for the special features, it has Forging Through the Darkness, the Ralph Bakshi vision for Lord of the Rings, in-depth interview with the director, exploring his concept for creating an illustrated film, and his pioneering rotoscoping process and inspirations for his visual storytelling. And this is a very unique type of animation where he uses kind of like live action mixed with animation, and it really looks good, and I love this. It's a very good movie, and I love that whole series. Show you guys some of the Disney stuff that I picked up, as long as I'm on the animated kick here. These next two I got from the Disney Movie Club because I forgot to return my monthly card in time. I did not, originally I didn't plan on keeping these, and I forgot to send the card back, so they sent them automatically, but I'm just going to keep them, and I already paid them for it now. So this is Prep and Landing and Prep and Landing Naughty vs. Nice. 2 holiday adventures, Blu-ray DVD combo, and this is the Totally Tinsel collection. I didn't have this before, so I thought it was about time that maybe I do add it to the collection, even though I didn't order it, but it's here and I'll keep it. So it looks like a cute little Christmas type movie, so I'll keep it. And then this next one here, I got Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas, that comes with this nice little slipcover. This will be a nice addition to the Disney collection. Not a whole lot to say about this. You guys already know Beauty and the Beast and the Christmas edition of that. Here is the Ultimate Collector's Edition of Finding Dory with the lenticular slipcover. You can see that it's supposed to look like she's swimming in that little coffee cup, or that coffee pot. And it has over 2 hours of bonus materials, including some shorts from Disney. And this comes in that thick pack. Comes with the Blu-ray, the 3D Blu-ray, a DVD, and a digital HD. So I picked this one up at Best Buy a couple weeks ago. And I know a lot of you guys picked this one up already. I have not seen this yet. My kids saw it with their mom at the theater. But this is the BFG, the Big Friendly Giant. I heard this was pretty good. So I'll add it to the Disney collection. And then the last Disney title for this update is Pete's Dragon, the remake, or however you want to call it. This is the Blu-ray DVD HD, digital HD, all region. Comes with this nice slipcover. Always was a big fan of the original Pete's Dragon, but I have not yet seen this one, but I'm looking forward to it. Next, we'll get into some of the steelbooks that I picked up. If you watched part 1, you noticed that I picked up the Suicide Squad Digipack. Well, here is the Best Buy exclusive steelbook for Suicide Squad. I thought they both looked pretty cool. If I had to pick one over the other, I would say that the Digibook is a little bit better than the steelbook, but they're both pretty cool. But I'm pretty partial to Digibooks, so I mean, there are a lot of people out there that prefer steelbooks, and that's everybody, it's their prerogative. But I think that I like that lenticular cover on the Digipack, but this looks cool just the same. I got the Magnificent 7 Steelbook, which is the Best Buy exclusive. And I'm looking forward to checking this one out. This is the 4K Ultra DVD plus Blu-ray 2-disc set. And I was shocked to see that they had quite a few of these still at my Best Buy. I thought these would have sold out pretty fast. And a few weeks ago, I bought the latest Ghostbusters, the all-female cast Ghostbusters. This is the extended edition steelbook, the Best Buy exclusive pop art edition. And I saw this in the theaters, and I didn't think it was as bad as a lot of people thought. I thought it was pretty fun, actually. It doesn't compare to the original, but I don't think they were trying to compare to the original. I liked it. I liked the concept of an all-female Ghostbusters team. It didn't bother me. I thought the hate that film got was uncalled for, pretty much. I know it wasn't for everybody, but I don't think you have to shit on it just because you don't like it's all females or whatever. But that's just my take on it. The next one here is Ghost in the Shell. I saw this years and years ago, back on VHS. I picked this up at FYE when it was on sale. This is Japanese anime. This is put out by Anchor Bay. And I thought that steelbook looked really cool. It says $14.99 up here in the corner, but it was on sale. And I got it for about what I think was $10. So I didn't want to pass that one up. I'll show you guys this little pickup here. You already saw, I showed this off a few weeks ago, maybe last month. the Jack Frost lenticular, but I went and got the Jack Frost 2 DVD set to kind of show you where they got the idea for that lenticular that they had from Vinegar Syndrome. That's pretty cool. This is the Jack Frost 2 DVD. You can see that there's the happy Santa Claus, or snowman rather, and then you can see that it has the teeth. So it's kind of similar, but not quite. I mean, it's a little different. But I just wanted to show you guys that. I picked that up. Now I'll show you some of the VHS I picked up from Ron Bonk over at Rosa Studios. I picked up some Herschel Gordon Lewis stuff. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of Herschel Gordon Lewis. This is the Wizard of Gore, Sub Rosa. This is the clamshell VHS. And down here below in the left-hand corner, it says it's number 23 out of 50. There was only 50 of these made. And there's a kind of like a little art card image from the movie, and then there you can see there's the tape. Very happy to have that to the collection. Here's another Herschel Gordon Lewis. This is the Gore Gore Girls. And this was limited to 50 as well, and I have number 25. You see some of the images from the film. It's a very gory film. And Herschel Gordon Lewis used to do a lot with a small budget. And his forte was definitely gore. A lot of splatter to his films. There's like a little art card here. That's cool. Those are the two clamshells I have. Now the next one is a big box. It comes in this big cardboard box. And this one is Blood Feast, another Herschel Gordon Lewis film. And this one was limited to 100. And I got in right at the very end. I got number 92 of 100. If you guys want to pause that and read it, please feel free to do so. I love this cover here. It's really nice. So thank you, Ron, for that. And he did throw in a couple posters here that I'm not going to fold them out, I guess, but posters that he threw in were images of the two clamshells that I showed you guys. So I do have these two posters now. So that is really cool. Glad to have that. Next, I'll show you my arrow pile. These are in no particular order. I already did have the Rabid Steelbook from Arrow Video, David Cronenberg's Rabid. I had the Steelbook. And if you watched part 1 of my recent pickups, I picked up the Scream Factory edition of Rabid. Well, now I picked up the Arrow Video edition of Rabid because I plan on doing a Scream Factory versus Arrow edition of those two films. I'm going to kind of try to get back into that little series. I think a lot of people seem to like that. Thank you guys for the support on that. This is the alternate cover, which was the cover of the Steelbook, and that is the original theatrical poster in the US. And that was the Steelbook cover. So I was glad to pick this up. And it comes with a little booklet here. I'm not going to go through that, but there's an art card for the adventures of Buckaroo Banzai, and then there's a little booklet in the back there. I would go through it, but I have a bunch of stuff to show yet. Here is Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, which I owned already, but I picked this up. Somebody was selling on eBay for 10 bucks, and it's now out of print, and this thing can go for like 50 bucks. So I picked it up for 10 because I plan on one day maybe flipping it or trading it. This thing is in brand new like condition. It was not sealed. But I do have 2 of these now, and this is a good film and a nice edition, and it's getting rare. It's getting harder to find now. So this one I also have several times. I have an Anchor Bay edition of this. I have the Synapse Steelbook. I have a High Def Ninja Steelbook with the slipcover of this. And now I have the Arrow Video Steelbook and Amore case of Tenebrae, a film by Dario Argento. So I may do a comparison video of this with Synapse at some point. We'll see. Another Arrow video title I have here is Crimes of Passion, which comes with this little slipcover. It has Anthony Perkins and Kathleen Turner. I think that slipcover looks really nice. And the thing about Arrow with their slipcovers is they're pretty limited, and lately they've been selling out, so I wanted to grab that before it goes out of print. Here is the US edition of Hellraiser, the Scarlet Box. This has Hellraiser 1, 2, and 3. I already ordered the first one when it first came out. That was Region B in the UK. Now this is the US edition, so I do have this twice now. I picked this up on Amazon for $70. That's the only reason I got it twice, because I got it really cheap. And I'm going to keep this one sealed. But this one comes with exactly everything that the first releasing came out with. It has the 200-page book. It has the 4-disc set. And has the first 3 Hellraisers in it. So I was glad to grab that and add that to the collection. And another one I picked up here was the kind of the bare bones edition, Hellraiser 1, 2, and 3. The reason I picked these up is because these have the nice covers. And I got a really good deal on that little box set. I think I got this one for 25 bucks for the 3 films. So that's Hellraiser 1, Hellbound, Hellraiser 2, and Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth. So I'm kind of a completist when it comes to Arrow video. That's why I got the set. Well, I got it now 3 times. I have the Region B Scarlet Box, Region A Scarlet Box, and the, what is this, the Region AB. No, that's just the Region B, kind of the bare bones edition of Hellraiser. Next one here is another Arrow title called Black Mama, White Mama, starring Pam Grier. And I like these kind of chicks in chains and chicks in prison type films. I have not seen the film yet, and I have to admit this is probably going to go low on my to watch pile, but I'm glad to own it, to have it. There's the original cover, I think. There must be the, probably like the 42nd Street poster art there. Blaxploitation, sexploitation film. Here's one that I have on Steelbook, and now I picked up the Amaray case because I think that cover is awesome. This is a film by Abel Ferrara. This is The Driller Killer. The film itself is not very good, but this is my watching copy here. This is the copy that I will watch. I did open and watch it already. I'm going to keep the Steelbook sealed. This is the 4K restoration of the film. Has a ton of special features here. Not going to go through all those because I'm running pretty high, pretty long on this video right now, but this is the cover that was on the Steelbook. I know a lot of you guys got that too. And then it comes here with the nice little booklet, decent sized booklet here. I'm not going to go through all that. But I love this cover here. Check this out. That is really cool. And then one that I've been it was on my want list for a while, but it wasn't very high, but I finally got down to it because I've been kind of knocking my wish list off here lately. This is Uli Lammel's Tenderness of the Wolves. So, nothing special, but it is an Arrow video title, and it's one that I wanted to add to the collection. So, there you can see the alternate cover. And I think I'm going to end the video here, and I will have to upload a 3rd video and maybe a 4th. But thanks for watching, guys. Comment below. Let me know what you've been picking up. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. If you haven't subbed, please feel free to do so. Share it if you'd like to. Sharing is caring, like Dennis used to say. And other than that, guys, take care, and I will see you in the next video. Later.